This meditation follows a practice shaped by the Examen, a reflective tradition that invites us to slow down and prayerfully review our lives with God. It's not about overanalyzing, it's about noticing. It's about being honest, and it's about letting God show us how to see differently. So today, we're sitting with a short verse from James, but it's also one that's pretty counterintuitive. Count it all joy when you meet trials of various kinds. As we know from the teaching, James isn't telling us to pretend. He's inviting us to reframe, to interpret life in light of what God is doing, not just what we see or feel. Before we begin, let me offer a framework that has shaped my own walk. All of life is about knowing God more deeply and being formed more fully into the image of His Son. Every moment, especially the painful ones, invite us to do both, to know Him and to be changed by that knowing. So if you have a journal, you might want it nearby. But if not, simply reflect inwardly. There's no pressure, only an invitation. Let's begin. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. James doesn't say the trial feels joyful. He says it's something to count, something to assess, to evaluate, to see differently. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. He's calling us out of reaction and into spirit-shaped perspective. Listen again to the verse. Let it resonate and notice what surfaces in you. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. Now let's bring this into your life now. Where are you feeling resistance? What hardship or tension or sorrow are you carrying right now? Name it before God. Be specific. There's no need to dress it up. Now search yourself and allow the Spirit to search you. How have I been interpreting this trial, this difficulty, this hardship? What label have I put on it? Have I called it pointless, inconvenient, unfair? James invites us to recount it, to do the math again, to look again with new eyes. So what might God be forming in me through this? Endurance, trust, compassion, maybe detachment from things that fade, that aren't eternal. In what part of God's heart might this situation be inviting me to know? His strength, His mercy, or perhaps just His nearness and His comfort. You may not see fully now, but the invitation remains. The invitation from God saying, "Know me and let me shape you." For what God commands, He also gives. James is not giving us a burden to carry. He's giving us a vision to receive, one that grace makes possible. Let that truth settle. Now, respond to God. Not with perfect words, but with the honesty of your heart. You might pray something like this: Lord, I confess, I want to escape more than endure. I want comfort, sometimes more than formation. I want to call this moment a failure, but maybe you're calling it holy ground. Give me eyes to see. Let me not miss what you're doing in me. Help me to count it differently and to trust you more deeply. Allow your own prayer to surface from your soul. Offer your own words, or sit quietly in surrender. we let go of all words. We enter into stillness. And if your mind wanders, you can return with these phrases. You are forming me. Or simply, I want to know you. So let the silence become the space where God speaks. Where He opens our eyes to count it all joy. Now in closing, this is what James is inviting us into. Not just endurance, but transformation. A way of life where nothing is wasted, where trials aren't just endured, but used to make us whole. Where we come to know God more deeply and reflect His Son more clearly. One trial, one moment, one surrender at a time. This week, there'll be a second meditation of a Carmelite style released for James 2. So join us for round 2.